Hello everyone, I am Hemlata Verma and I welcome you all in today's session of history. This video is the third part of the chapter, the period of transition. Now let's see the important topics which we have discussed and we will be discussing in this video. We have discussed about the sources of history, the Renaissance. We have studied about the Reformation and the voyages and discoveries. We studied about the Industrial Revolution also. We studied why the Industrial Revolution took place in America, what was the main impacts of Industrial Revolution is going to be discussed in this chapter. The main impacts of Industrial Revolution we will discuss today in this video, and then we will see the major inventions during those period which led to the progress in the textile industries, and we will also study about imperialism. We will study about the causes and effects of imperialism, and we will also discuss some of the questions. Let's see what were the impacts of Industrial Revolution. So let's see the impacts. First of all, it led to the rise of imperialism. So many colonies were acquired by the European countries. Okay, we will further study about the imperialism in detail. It also led to the rise of new towns and cities in Europe. Alright. So, the Industrial Revolution resulted in mass production of variety of goods which could not be consumed within the country. Alright. So, the surplus production, it had to be exported to another countries. So, this led to the acquiring of the colonies in Asia and Europe, which led to the rise of imperialism. So, the industrialization resulted in trade and commerce on a large scale. Okay, this led to the rise of new towns and cities in Europe. So, the large part of the population, they shifted from the villages to the towns and cities. So many towns and cities were developed in Europe. Okay, the Industrial Revolution brought countries and people together. So when people started moving from one country to another country for trade, there was a mix up in the culture of the people, the art, they came to know about each other. So they brought the people together, the people of the country, they came to know about each other. So this brought the countries and people together. Now this also led to the two classes. Okay, so two classes in the society emerged in Europe, that was the capitalists and the workers, and this led to the exploitation of the worker and the social inequalities. Some were very rich, some were poor. Okay, so this Industrial Revolution, it led to the rise of new industrial capitalists who were the owners of the means of production. They were the owners of the factories, owners of the industries. So this resulted in the concentration of economic power in few hands. Okay, few people were more powerful, more economically they were more powerful, and on the other hand it gave rise to the lacks of industrial and factory workers, and these workers, they worked for the wages. Okay, they worked for wages in the industries. So gradually, slowly and steadily, we see that there were two classes in the society. The one who were very rich, they were the capitalists, they owned the factories. Okay, and the workers who worked in the factory for wages, and this also led to the exploitation of the workers. Okay, and the social inequalities. Okay, people, some were very rich, some were very poor, some got some were able to get all the privileges, some were not, and also the living condition of the workers became very poor. Now let's understand what is imperialism. Okay, so the practice of establishing a country's rule and dominance over the economic and political life of the people of another country. This is called imperialism. We can also say that imperialism is the political system in which a rich and powerful country controls other countries, or they make colonies in those countries. Okay, so this is called imperialism. When a rich country, it controls another country politically and economically, it is called imperialism. So in imperialism there are two types of places: the mother country and colony. Okay, the mother country and colony. So the country, the rich and the powerful country which controls another country, that is called mother country, and the country which is controlled, the poor country, the smaller countries which are controlled by these rich countries, they are known as the colonies. Okay, the colonies of the mother country. So we see that in imperialism, a rich and a powerful country, it controls the small country, the other countries, and they make their colonies over there. Okay, so this is called imperialism. So we see that after the industrial revolution in Europe, okay, the countries like England, France, Portugal, Spain, Holland, they started establishing their countries in Asia and Africa. Why? Because for they needed raw materials and market for their industries. Okay, and there were several other causes also. They wanted to spread Christianity. All right, they wanted to spread their trade. So for all these reasons, they were there was imperialism. Okay, many countries acquired other countries and made their colonies over there, especially in Asia and Africa. They captured Asia and Africa economically and politically. Okay, so they dominated the countries of Asia and Africa economically and politically. So this is imperialism. So let's understand the causes of imperialism. Okay, the causes of the rise of imperialism. So the first one is the surplus production. Okay, the countries after industrial revolution, they had lots of surplus production which could not be consumed in their own countries. Okay, so therefore the capitalists, they made a lot of wanted to make market. They need the market for their production. So for that there was rise in imperialism. This is one of the cause we see for the rise of imperialism. So the need of raw materials, okay, for their industries. The countries, the mother countries, they needed lot of raw materials for their industries. This is also one of the cause why they started acquiring more and more countries. Okay, the places from they can get the raw materials. Okay, so we see that they needed raw materials, they needed the market. Okay, development of modern means of transportation and communication. So by that time we have seen in the last video that ship industries were made. Lots of big ships were made which made the transportation easier. Okay, and the railway, the roadways, all these also made the transportation easier. Okay, so this also helped in imperialism, acquiring the places easily. Okay, and carrying the raw materials and the produced good easily from one place to another place. So this is also one of the cause of imperialism. Okay, the pressure of population. So by that time the population grew in the European countries due to the revolution in agriculture. Okay, so and agriculture, medicine, everything. So the population, there was a growth in population. so they wanted places where they could keep their people. Okay, so this is also one of the cause of the imperialism. They found out new countries, and many people from Europe shifted from their own country to the other the colonies. Okay, rise of industrial capitalism. Okay, so this is one of the cause. We see that the industrialization led to the accumulation of huge amount of capital in Europe. So the capitalism also resulted in imperialism in the later 18th and the 19th century. Now one was the feeling of nationalism. Okay, so this is one cause. Let us understand this. The European countries, you know, they wanted to become powerful than each, you know, among themselves. They had a competition. Okay, that which country is more powerful, having more colonies. Okay, so this was also one of the cause of imperialism. They wanted to acquire more and more colonies to show that they are powerful from one another. Okay, so the feeling of nationalism was also one of the cause of imperialism, and one was to spread Christianity. Now the European countries mostly at that time were the Christians. Okay, so they had a feeling to spread their religion in the other countries too. So this was one of the cause. And civilization mission of the Europeans. So Europeans thought themselves more, you know, more civilized than other country, and they thought that it was the duty to civilize the other part of the world. So this is also one of the cause of imperialism. So we see that these are the causes of imperialism. Now let's understand the impacts of imperialism. There were negative impacts as well as some positive impacts of imperialism. Now imperialism led to acquiring of the colonies by the European countries. Okay, so they became rivals with each other. They became enemies with each other. They were in the competition of making more and more colonies. Okay, so this led to the First World War from 1914 to 1918, and the Second World War from 1939 to 1945. Okay, so we see that the one of the impact of imperialism is the First World War and the Second World War, as because these colonial power, they were the rivals of each other. They wanted to be more powerful than each other. Okay, next we see impoverishment of Asian and African countries. Okay, Asian and African countries. So imperialism led to the impoverishment of Asian and African countries. These countries were economically exploited. Okay, their raw materials were sent to Europe, and these countries became the markets of the finished goods of the European industries. Okay, so this made the countries very poor. Their own trade and handicraft industries started declining, and they slowly and steadily became very poor. Okay, next we see the a positive impact. There were also some positive impact of the imperialism also. Okay, so it was the introduction of the facilities in health, education, transportation and communication. All right, so this is we can say it is the positive side of imperialism. It led to the introduction of facilities in health, education, transportation, communication in the colonies. New roads were built, and the railways and the telegraph and the postal systems were introduced in the colonies. Okay, modern education and Western learning in science, technology, fine arts were spread in the colonies. So we can see imperialism also led to the development of the infrastructure of the colonies. So this is one of the these are some of the positive impact of imperialism. So we can see the negative impact of imperialism and the positive impact of imperialism. Now let's see the impact of imperialism on South Asia. Okay, impact of imperialism on South Asia. Most of the countries in South Asia were turned into the colonies of Europe. This led to the rise of nationalism as the reaction against imperialism. Okay, so slowly and steadily, when these countries were exploited, okay, in number of years, in many years, people were annoyed of these in colonial power, and this led to a slowly rise in the nationalism of the people, because they started reacting against the colonial power, against the mother countries. Okay, so this was one of the impact of the imperialism on South Asia, that the nationalism started arising in people. The East India Company gradually became the rulers from the traders. Okay, we see that the East India, the European countries, especially the England, the people of England, they had come to India as a traders. Okay, initially they came as a traders, but slowly and steadily, seeing the weak rulers, the rulers of the countries were started becoming weak at that time, so they gradually became rulers. Initially they were traders, but slowly and steadily they became the rulers, and they started exploiting the country economically as well as politically. So England introduced tree, rubber, cotton, indigo plantation on large scale. So they forced people, when they became the rulers of the country, they forced people to grow these rubbers and the cotton, indigo in their countries, rather than the grains which they were growing. They forced them to grow more and more raw materials which they needed for the industries. Okay, the raw materials which they needed for the industries in their own country. So this is one of the impact of the imperialism. Okay, thus the whole of the South Asia, South and East Asia was politically controlled and fell under the influence of imperialism. So we see that the impact was very bad on the southern countries of Asia. Okay, they became the colonies and they were exploited economically and politically. They became rulers of many part of the in many countries, okay, in South Asia, and they forced people to grow the raw materials like rubber, cotton, indigo in their countries. Okay, and they fell in the hands of the influence, they fell under the influence of imperialism. Now let us discuss some of the questions from your book. There is a question, give reason why the industrial revolution first began in England. Okay, so we can say that the industrial revolution first began in England because of the following reason. So you can write, England in the 18th century was the most favorable position for the industrial revolution. England has accumulated vast profits which could provide the necessary capital. It has acquired colonies which provided regular supply of raw materials. The colonies provided huge markets for them. There was no shortage of labor power to work in the factories. England had plenty of natural resources such as the iron and coal. Then you can write, England developed a large shipping industries and had no problems of transportation, and no other countries enjoyed all these advantages. So this you can write as the answer, that give reason why industrial revolution first began in England. One more question in your book is, what is imperialism? You can write, the practice of establishing a country's rule and dominance over the economic and political life of people of a country is known as imperialism. You can also write imperialism is a political system in which a rich and a powerful country controls other countries. Another question is, discuss the factors which led to the rise of imperialism. Okay, discuss the factors which led to the rise of imperialism. So you can raise the causes of the rise of imperialism are surplus production, okay, need of raw materials, development of modern means of transport and communication, pressure of population, then rise of industrial capitalism, feeling of nationalism, the spread of, they wanted to spread Christianity in the world, okay, and they wanted, they had a civilization mission, okay, the European countries, they wanted to civilize the other countries. So these are the causes of the rise of imperialism. Another question is, describe the general impact of imperialism with reference to South Asia. So here you have to write the impact of imperialism on South Asia, okay. So the question is asking you the impact of imperialism on South Asia. So we can write, most of the countries in South Asia were turned into colonies of Europe. This led to the rise of nationalism as the reaction against the imperialism, okay. The next point you can write, the East India Company gradually became rulers from traders. The next point you can write is, England introduced tea, rubber, cotton and indigo plantation on large scale, and thus the whole of the South and the Southeast Asia was politically controlled and fell under the influence of imperialism.